Here we are! More Cinderella phenomenon. Oh, I am freaking out. We are getting... this is getting so real right now. Oh my god. Especially knowing what I know from the last playthrough. I haven't gone back to figure out like what I learned last time because I think it's just natural that I'm gonna forget stuff and that things are gonna hit me differently each time. Anyway, so I'm so excited to continue on. And, as I almost always say, let's get cracking! Chapter 9, the wedding. Oh my god, yes, it's the wedding! Okay. The throne room is empty when I arrive. I can only hope that this is not some sort of trap. Soon after I enter, the door squeaks open and a familiar face enters the room. Sir Mithros? Ah! Sir Mithros walks toward me. When he is close enough, he drops to one knee and bows. I frown as I take a step back from him. My princess, do not be alarmed. I know of your true identity. I know you do, you frickin' witch! Sir Mithros flashes me a wide smile that causes a shudder to run down my spine. You know who I am. That means you are... I take another step back as the blood drains from my face. Sir Mithros' smile only widens at my reaction. I'll say it for you. Yes, I am a witch. If you are a witch, then Sir Alcaster is a mere human. A fool one. And Varg? Nothing but my personal errand boy. A thought suddenly occurs to me. If Sir Alcaster was plotting against the kingdom, then did Sir Mithros also punish Fritz somehow? What about Fritz? Was he a part of Sir Alcaster's plans? Ah, the knight. To avoid confusing you, let's just say that the explanation surrounding him is too complicated to adequately explain. He's Varg. I command you to answer my question, Sir Mithros. Was Fritz a part of this? If it makes you feel any better, he refused to be a part of this. He refused? Does that mean he was not a part of the plans? Or just that he was unwillingly forced to participate in them? I am certain that Sir Alcaster would not be happy that his own son was disobeying him. He either forced him to help or assigned him outside of the palace. But if Fritz knew of Sir Alcaster's plans, why did he not warn anyone about them? Was he working with Sir Mithros as well? More questions swirl in my head, but none of them have answers. When this is over, I will personally ask Fritz about this. Once I can locate him. I shake the thoughts away and bring my attention back to Sir Mithros. Why bother with this reveal? What do you hope to gain from it? Before we start our conversation... Magic! Sir Mithros waves his hand, conjuring a faint green glow that envelops the whole room. Just in case someone decides to eavesdrop. I wouldn't want any of your witch friends listening in on us. Ugh! Yes, I am aware that one of them has been snooping around the palace these past few months. Their snooping has made it more difficult to move around without exposing myself. Sir Mithros clicks his tongue in annoyance. Such a nuisance. He is referring to Delora. She and Parfait warned me before that there was a witch in the palace. Is Sir Mithros truly that witch? I never really trusted him, not even when I was a princess. Now that he has revealed himself as a witch, I need to know what he plans on doing. You knew I was the princess this entire time, yet you never offered me any assistance. If I had, Alcaster would have targeted you as well. What? Alcaster wanted to dispose of the royal family. If he had known you were the princess, he would have been after you too. It would have been easier with no one remembering you as the princess. But unfortunately, Fritz told his father about you, thinking that Alcaster might be able to help protect you, and it didn't help that Varg confirmed it. Your mother would not have been happy with me if I'd put you in harm's way. That is why I had to pretend not to know you in order to protect you. Sir Mithros is silent for a few moments before he speaks again. Revealing myself to be a witch was necessary. I had to make myself appear useful to Alcaster somehow, after all. Then, of course, I learned of his foolish plans to steal the crown and decided to thwart them, though not before I stole something from Alcaster first. I played him like the fool that he was. I told him I would aid him with my magic so long as he gave me the knight's protection. Using magic is almost impossible in this place, so having the knights to back me up was crucial. The knights? What does he need the knights' protection for? What are his plans? Sir Mithros starts pacing the room, his expression still calm. I found out that he planned to dispose of me after he obtained what he needed, so I disposed of him first. Alcaster might have been able to convince most of the knights to aid him by promising them promotions, but, well, my magic is far more convincing. Sir Mithros stops in front of me, his deadpan expression transforming into a smile. For now, let us desist speaking of my plans. The minute Alcaster's plans were thwarted, I knew I had to contact you directly. I'm happy to see you in the palace, Your Highness. Although, we really need to get you out of those clothes soon. A maid's clothing does not befit a princess like yourself. That does not matter. My priority right now is to break my curse. Ah, of course. They must truly have been frightened to feel the need to curse you. I feel an uncomfortable tug in my heart. To think that the Lucius Bearer would actually allow a witch to curse you. Sir Mithros shakes his head, disgust written on his features. When you suddenly disappeared that day, it was as if all traces of your existence had vanished. I searched for you endlessly, Princess. When you first appeared here in the palace, I did not recognize you immediately, but I felt a touch of magic in you and investigated. My curiosity is what prompted me to investigate you further. When I tried hard enough, I found that I could see through the glamour that had been cast on you. So Sir Mithros truly was the witch Parfait was referring to when she mentioned someone seeing through the glamour. Imagine my surprise when I found out that it was actually you. That fairy bearer has been nothing but a nuisance to us witches. First she betrayed your mother, and then she betrayed you before she had even met you. But Mother, she was the Tenebrarum bearer corrupted by darkness. Parfait only did what she had to. Sir Mithros looks at me, clearly surprised. What lies have those people been whispering in your ear? Everything the Queen did, she did for us witches, to protect us from the wicked humans who destroyed our kind. It is clear to me where Sir Mithros' alliances lie. Sir Mithros sighs, runs a hand through his hair, and then continues speaking. On your 18th birthday, you will follow in her footsteps. You will make this kingdom a place for all witches to prosper. I am nothing like her. I refuse to make people suffer to fuel the crystal. I never bore witness to the suffering the people had to go through during my mother's reign, but the stories are enough to reveal her true nature to me. It was hard to believe at first, but those people do not have any reason to lie to a servant like myself. They have nothing to gain from it. I finally understand why the hatred people had for me ran so deep, even when I did nothing to them. It was because I was the witch's daughter. Your mother wouldn't be happy to hear you say that. Let me assure you that this is not a destiny you can run from, dear princess. I will not let destiny take control of my life. I feign tiredness by releasing a long yawn. I'm sorry for cutting you short, Sir Mithros, but please excuse me, I am getting tired. I'm about to walk past Sir Mithros when he starts speaking again, his voice a low whisper. I notice that you have gotten closer to the family you so despised before, the prince included. I narrow my eyes at him. You care about him, don't you? I must confess that this surprises me, Princess. Such a relationship would certainly be a scandal. Even if you two are not blood related, he is still your stepbrother. Whatever will your dear father say about this? I clench my fists. He has no right to lecture me. I already know that these feelings are wrong. I know that I cannot have them. I assure you that there is nothing between the two of us. Oh, is that so? Are those lies you uttered just to convince yourself? This man is beginning to try my patience. Allow me to share a little secret with you, Princess. I am not interested. I head for the door and reach for the knob. Oh, but I think it is something you would be most curious about. I do, after all, know the consequences of the prince failing to break his curse. I also happen to know that someone special to him is getting married tomorrow. My hand freezes. How do you know about all this? I know all the happenings around this palace. That is my job, Princess. Now tell me, Do you know the ending to that fairy tale? The Little Mermaid. My blood runs cold when I remember what Emmeline told me about that fairy tale. If the prince fell in love and married someone else, the Little Mermaid's heart would break and she would dissolve into sea foam. I conducted my own investigation and actually met the witch who bestowed the curse on the prince. In meeting her, I found out everything there is to know about it. I turned to regard Mithros with a frown. It seems I have finally gotten your attention. What do you plan on doing to Rod? Sir Mithros shrugs. To him? Nothing really. I was merely curious. I wanted to know what you saw in him. What do you know about his curse? It stays true to the fairy tale, only in this case the prince gives up his voice for a title. Still, it will end the same way. The girl will fall in love with someone else despite his sacrifice. You mean, on his beloved's wedding day, the prince will die. I had thought you might have reached the same conclusion. Tragic, don't you think? I had the same thought, but is Rod truly going to die? So the reason Rod gave up breaking his curse was because he knew that Viorica would never love him back. He knew that he was going to die the moment Viorica married. Dread begins to wash over me. Why not ask him yourself? As if orchestrated by magic, the double doors open and Rod steps inside. When he sees me, his expression relaxes. I have been looking all over for you. I wanted to speak with you about my discussion with Lady Parfait. I turn around to face Sir Mithros once again, but to my surprise, he's already gone. When did Sir Mithros leave? April? Is something wrong? Was Sir Mithros really speaking the truth? I feel like he has not been responding well to me when I get angry with him. I'm just gonna ask him. Is it true that you will die when Viorica marries Desmond? I see you're still stuck on the same theory. Have you been snooping around again? Please answer my question, Rod. And if I am? Why do you not want anyone to help you fix this? I do not need to tell you everything, April. His voice is now soft, his expression tired. I've been aware of another way to break my curse from the beginning, but I would rather die than do what it is I need to do. Do what? Have you not read? Rod's voice trails off when he sees my confused expression. He clears his throat. Forget it. There is nothing more you can do. The reason I have never told anyone the truth of my curse is because I have never wanted anyone to blame themselves for not being able to help me. I was already at lost cause the moment Viorica really fell in love with someone else. I could never take that happiness away from her. Rod becomes silent, his gaze downcast. The vulnerable expression catches me by surprise. You should have told me about your curse a long time ago. How many times must I repeat myself? Telling you about my curse won't change the outcome. I could have tried to help you. Why are you so insistent on helping me? Because I care about you. My face warms up when the words escape my lips. Rod also flushes. What are you saying? That I am worried about you on Emmeline's behalf, of course. I do not want her to think that I let you die. Rod lets out a deep sigh. Just stop talking. You are in no position to tell me what to do. April. There is a hint of warning in his voice. Now you better let me help you, or... My words are cut off when Rod presses his lips to mine. pulls away, his usual somberness has returned.
I told you to stop talking.
I can only stare back at him, baffled.
Rod, you do realize that you just kissed the princess.
Rod looks at Sebi, then at me. His face colors once more. He takes a step back, his lips pressed together.
I'm sorry.
Without any other warning, Rod turns abruptly and stalks out of the room. Sebi falls from his shoulder and falls to the ground, but Rod does not notice in his hurry to leave. I stare after him in shock.
I can't believe he just ran away.
I walk to where Sebi is and kneel down to pick him up. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Thank you, princess.
Sebi tilts his head to the side.
That Rod. I wonder when he'll start acting like a man. Suddenly kissing a girl like that is so unromantic.
I think about the warmth of Rod's lips pressed against mine and flush again.
Rod may not say much, but he has a lot going on in his head. Thoughts he doesn't ever want anyone to know. I don't want to speak on his behalf, but I know he really does care about you, princess. He's just a little standoffish and has a difficult time showing his emotions. He's sensitive like that. Take it from me, I'm always in his head.
I care about him too, but what will become of my feelings once I break my curse? I will return to being his stepsister when this is all over. Oh. No, this is not the time to mull over such thoughts.
I'm sorry for asking this of you, princess, but can you return me to Rod? That boy is useless without me.
The exasperation in Sebi's voice makes me smile. Sebi acts like Rod's older sibling. Of course. When Rod does not open the door, I knock again. Rod's eyes widen as soon as he sees me. His face flushes a dark crimson. I am here to return Sebi. Rod nods before slowly taking Sebi from my hands.
Thank you.
Be careful not to drop me again next time.
There's a hint of a smile on Rod's face as he taps Sebi's face.
Sorry.
He looks so much more at ease when he smiles. Rod faces me again with an apologetic expression.
April, I really am sorry for what I did earlier.
I didn't see a thing earlier. Did I make the wrong... I thought I made a right choice since he kissed me, but... I don't know, maybe I just didn't notice it? I'm not sure. I'm just going with my romantic heart. I know you did not intend to do that in the first place.
The truth is, I actually...
He trails off, then averts his eyes slowly to the floor.
Suffice it to say, I am not supposed to feel this way about you.
Yes! Okay, sorry. What exactly are you feeling? Okay, so that one was right. Maybe I just didn't notice it earlier. Rod flushes a deep red before turning away.
Do not ask me such an embarrassing question.
The hovering silence becomes more profound as we both stop talking. You said you wanted to talk to me about something you discussed with Lady Parfait. Gosh darn it! We were just getting to the good stuff.
Yes. I meant to tell you that Delora will be here tomorrow to investigate. Now that we know Sir Alcaster is not the witch, we have to start our investigations over.
Actually, about that, I know who the witch is.
You do?
It's Sir Mithros. He is the real witch.
Sir Mithros. So when Sir Alcaster was throwing around accusations last night,
they were true. Sir Mithros is also already aware that Delora has been investigating the palace. We need to warn her.
Then I will send Lady Parfait a quick message. We need to keep up our guard around him too, especially you. I'm sure he already knows that you're the crown princess.
I nod in response.
For now, we should wait for Delora to show up tomorrow. But it is getting late. You should go get some rest.
The moment he says the words, I realize he is correct. My eyelids are heavy. You're right. I think I shall take my leave.
Good night, April.
Good night, Rod. Moments after Rod closes the door, I hear a familiar voice whispering in my ear. Ah, I see. I jump back in surprise and stare at him with wide eyes. Sir Mithros is leaning casually against one of the pedestals. So, that is where the prince disappears to every now and then. I had no reason to care before, but now I see it. If my guess is correct, he's also in league with the Lucius Bearer. When I do not answer, Sir Mithros smiles and shrugs. Well, it does not matter. I glance around us and notice the green shield from earlier. Once again, no one will hear this conversation. Now that the prince has confirmed your doubts, what will your next course of action be? You want to help him break his curse, yes? Rod may have given up on breaking his curse, but I refuse to do nothing. From the way Sir Mithros is taunting me, he must know of some other way to break the curse. Rod will not be happy about this, but I need to use whatever means necessary to save him. Do you know how to break his curse, Sir Mithros? Ah, I will assume that you have not read the full fairy tale if you do not know. Yes, Princess, I know. Tell me. Mithros cocks an eyebrow and waves a finger at me. Do you not realize by now how witches work, Princess? I propose a deal. I will help you, but you must help me with something in return. Help you? If you are planning on betraying the king, I have no plans of taking the crown or harming any members of the royal family. What? Then what is it that you would want from me? I prefer keeping you in suspense. I do enjoy surprises. You will find out the day after tomorrow. That is your 18th birthday. I look at him perplexed. Why does it have to be on my birthday? I know why! Don't worry, Your Highness. What I request from you will also make for a pleasant gift. What do you say? I bite my lower lip as I consider. I am worried about Sir Mithros' request, but I no longer have time. Viorka's marriage is tomorrow, and Sir Mithros has the upper hand. Don't do it! I understand. Good. Now remember, dear April, witches are bound to their oaths. In order for the prince to regain his voice and life, something must be taken by force, just like in the fairy tale. What does he mean by that? Tell me what I must do. Oh, I did forget to mention this, but it is not you who must act, but the prince. What? If Rod could help himself, he already would have done so. Please trust me, Princess. You will have my aid, and I will make sure the prince's curse is broken. God! Ah! Dang it, April! Come on! You don't make a deal with the devil! Oh gosh, I just knocked my microphone. Today is Viorka's wedding day, and also the day Rod is destined to die. Sir Mithros explained his plan briefly last night. He told me that he would have a valuable item delivered to Rod that he would need to use to break his curse. He further explained that it was something he would need to use after the wedding. I tried to question him further, but he disappeared before I could, saying that he needed to start his preparations. I do not completely trust him, but I am running out of time and have no choice right now. The royal family has left the palace to attend Viorka's wedding. It is unusual for the king to attend another noble's wedding, but Viorka is an exception given that she is one of Rod and Emmeline's best friends. Despite Sir Mithros' reassurance, I am still restless. Sir Mithros told me that everything would be alright, that Rod would not instantly die the moment Viorka got married. But why must his involvement be reserved for a time after the wedding? Why does he not act now? Someone looks like they're in a bad mood. Dolores suddenly stands before me, smirking. Her appearance shocks me so badly I nearly drop the dishes in my hands. What impeccable timing. We've heard from the prince about Mithros. No wonder I was iffy about the man. Should have realized he was the witch. Do you know him? Yes, I do. Delora walks closer and places both of her hands on my shoulders. Listen to me, princess. I am warning you. Stay away from Mithros. Do you understand? This is too little too late, Delora. I love you, girl, but still. That man is a sly devil. He cannot be trusted. I take a breath, a deep breath to still my rapidly beating heart. I hope I will not regret asking for his help. You will! You will! Princess, I need you to promise me that you will stay away from Mithros.
Yes, of course.
Good. For the time being, I will resume my investigation. If I'm lucky, I'll find out what Mithros hopes to accomplish.
Actually, he is not in the palace right now. He went with the royal family to attend a wedding.
A wedding, huh? How unusual.
I can only assume he must be there at the wedding to help Rod.
Well then, better make use of his absence while I can. I'll see you later, Princess. Oh, I'm nervous!
When I'm left to my own thoughts, my mind returns to the issue of Rod's curse. Sir Mithros mentioned a similarity with the fairy tale, which means I may have a chance of finding out more. I decide to go to the library when I have the time to pick up the book. I am now on my way back to my quarters with the book in hand when I see Rod walking toward me from the other side. His eyes are fixed on the floor, so he does not notice me as I approach. Rod? He is still alive. Does that mean Sir Mithros has succeeded? Oh, it's just you. Rod's voice still... Oh, it does... Someone explained this to me, that his voice is supposed to come from Sebi. I'm still going to decide that this voice that I've been using is coming from Sebi. Because I've got a very separate, very different Sebi voice, but... Dang, I think I might have been a dummy. Maybe I should have picked a different voice for him. I'm still going with it. I like the voice, the characterization I've given him. Anyway, haha. Rod's voice still comes from Sebi. The realization instills a deep fear inside me. He is still cursed. How much time does he have left? Much to my surprise, Rod actually smiles at me. The smile is forced, however, and does not reach his eyes. He looks crestfallen. I want to know if something happened. I think this is what I'm going to do. I think. I quickly clamp my hand over my mouth after I ask the question. Crap. Rod just saw the person he loves getting married today. I already know how he feels. I apologize. I should not have asked that. Rod looks at me surprised. Then to my shock, he starts chuckling. Why are you laughing? You look like a criminal caught in the act of a crime. I apologize for trying to be sensitive, Your Highness. Without realizing it, I smile back at him. It looks like Rod has finally learned to converse with me normally. I hope this will not be the last time I see him smile like this. I'm tired, April. I will now retire for the night. Rod looks at me again and smiles.
Oh, thank God.
Good night, April. Without waiting for my answer, Rod begins to walk away. I glance down at the book in my hands and slowly open up to the last page of the Little Mermaid fairy tale. I start reading from the section where the mermaid sisters explain how to get her fins back. Take this knife. Before the sun rises, you must plunge it into the heart of the prince, and you'll be a mermaid once again.
No!
The book falls from my hands and collapses to the floor. I stare at it, dumbfounded. Wait, this means Rod needs to kill Viorka? Then the item that Sir Mithros mentioned earlier, could it be the knife? I need to find him. I turn and start running in the direction of Rod's room in hopes that I will still be able to catch Sir Mithros there. When I come to the end of the hallway, however, it is not Sir Mithros who stands by Rod's door. Emmeline? Emmeline is slowly walking in the direction of the throne room. Her movements seem oddly mechanical. I rush toward her. Emma! Princess Emmeline! Where are you going? Must go to Rod. Why is she going to the throne room? Rod is back in his room. My eyes catch on something shining in Emmeline's hand.
The knife! Shoot!
My heart nearly stops when I see that it is a knife. Emmeline, what are you? If he kills his beloved with this blade, his curse will break and he won't die. It is as if she is in a trance. Is this Sir Mithros' doing? Is she under one of his spells? Emmeline, snap out of it. Emmeline starts walking again, ignoring me. When I try to approach her again, thinking to steal away the knife, a shadow suddenly comes to stand between us. Varg looms in front of me, smirking. Where did you come from? Let me through, Varg.
No can do, princess. Don't you want to save the prince? I look at Emmeline, who has not even turned to glance at us. I glare at Varg, who is still standing in my way, grinning. Step aside, Varg. Ah, feisty. You are far more interesting, princess, than your stepsister. I try to sidestep, but Varg follows my motions. I try again and again, but he just thwarts my progress. He holds his hands up in the air, eyebrows raised. Tell me, what would you do if I did let you go? Would you stop him from killing the girl? Rod would never kill her. He would never do anything to harm the person he loves. He refused to do it, and he has no reason to do it now. Varg is silent for a few moments as he considers. Interesting. He steps aside and bows. Go ahead, then. You are letting me go. I would like to see this play end as it may, without any strings attached. Ah! Ah! No! I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop. Ah! I think I might be getting a bad end, guys. I think that's what's happening right now. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, well, feel free to follow me on the linked social media, blah, 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 active on Twitch, blah, blah, blah. I'm freaking out. I don't know how long I'm gonna wait before the next one. I literally might just end this video and then start recording the next one right away. I'm freaking out. Okay, well, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you at the next one. And oh my god, please pray for my shattered, broken heart if this goes poorly. Thank you guys so much, and see you next time. Bye! And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light, and it's like the sky is new, and it's warm and real and bright, and my computer is now plugged in. Huzzah.